Hello and welcome back to my channel E Maths, and today I'm back with my part 2 of factorization. I told you in my last video that I'll tell you 2 more methods of doing factorization. So as I told you earlier that factorization is done based on the nature of the question. So 2 methods I've already explained in my previous video. Now I'm going to take another method, that is factorizing the difference of 2 squares. 2 squares, I mean here if you see this is a variable x which is having a power 2. Now if you see this 81, although there is no square written over there, but this 81 can be written in the form of x square minus 9 square. So if I have to factorize this I can use this identity a square minus b square, which is equals to a plus b and a minus b. So here if you compare, a value is this and b's value is this. So in place of a you can put x, and in place of b you can put a 9. Here as well you can put an x and here a 9. So that's how we factorize the difference of 2 squares. You just need to put up the identity to get the answer. Now I have taken another question for the same method, factorizing the difference of 2 squares. So here we have a to the power 4 minus 1 upon 625. Now if you see this question, a4 can be easily written as a squares whole square minus 1 upon 25 whole square, because we know that the square root of 625 is 25. So here again I am going to put the identity a square minus b square, where here this remains the a and this remains the b. Okay, so we have the value of a as a square. Let me put the identity first, a plus b, a minus b. So the value of a here is a square plus 1 upon 25, and the next one is a square minus 1 upon 25. This solution is not over yet. This is already solved. Now here if you see, we can again do the identity thing again here, because a is having a power 2 and even this 25 can be written in form of 5 square. So this again further can be factorized. So our answer will be a square plus 1 upon 25, and here it will be a plus 1 upon 5 and a minus 1 upon 5. So you need to look at how much you can factorize a particular question. So here we did it once, but then we got our answer. We again saw that a is having a square and even this 25 can be written as 5 square. So that can again be factorized. So we did this identity thing again in the next bracket where we had that minus sign, because identity is applied only when there is a minus sign between 2 squares. That's what it says, the difference of 2 squares. So that's how we do factorization of the difference of 2 squares. Now the next method that I have is factorization of perfect square trinomials. So if in a question you have a trinomial and you see the question that if your terms can be written as a perfect square, then you can apply this method. Then you can use this method to factorize a trinomial. So here if you see, we have a square term. At the end if you see, this can be written as a whole square, that is 7 square. And so if we have done this identity, if you remember, a square plus 2ab plus b square, which is equals to a plus b whole square. So here a is already having a square. Here if you see, this can be written as 7 square. That means we have got the values of a and b. A is a only and b is 7 here. So if I have to break this up, I can write this as 2 into a into 7, which is going to give me this, because if you want to check it, it is a square plus 14a plus 49. That means we have got the value of a and b, which is a plus 7 whole square. So this one is an easy one, and this is how we do the factorization of such questions. So just look at the first term and the last term if they are the whole square, if they have the whole squares, or you can make it as a whole square, then please use this method. And of course for this you need to learn the identities. Simply find the values of a and b and put it in the identity, you will get your answer. Now again I have taken a question, but this time it's not a perfect square trinomial, but this is just the factorization of trinomials. And how you can make this out is, although this is having a square thing, but 56 we don't have any such number whose squaring gives us 56. So in such a case what you need to do is, you need to think of two numbers which when multiplied gives you 56, and the same numbers that you are going to write here when added or subtracted gives you the center term, that is 15. You need a minus 15, so ensure that you take terms in such a way that you get a minus 15 only. Now if you take, like, you have to think of the numbers that when multiplied gives us 56. Of course it's an even number, so the first number that comes to your mind is 2, and 2 28s are 56, but if you add or subtract 2 and 28 you will never get a 15. Then the next number can be 6 plus 5 is 11, 3 is not possible. Then 4 you can take it, but again 4, how much are 4? 14s are 56. Again if you will add or subtract it you will not get a 15 there. 5 it's not possible, 6 it's not possible, 7 you can try, 7 8s are 56, and if you add 7 and 8 you will get a 15. Since you need a minus 15, so what you can do is you can take both the numbers as negative, so that you can add it also and you get a minus 15 also. So here you can write 7 into 8, and here it will be minus 7 and a minus 8. You cannot take minus 8 and plus 7 because that will give you a minus 1. You need to get a minus 15, so that means you have to either take both the numbers as positive or both negative. So to get the negative answer you will write the negative numbers. And now see how am I going to write this up. X square minus 7x minus 8x plus 56. This is basically splitting the middle term to factorize. Now group it up and take out common. X will come out here, x minus 7 will be the things in the bracket, and minus 8 will be taken out here, so x minus 7 again. I have already told you in my last video that the bracket terms have to be same, that then only you can make out that your answer is correct. So here your answer will be x minus 7, and whatever is left out will be written in the next bracket. That's all for my video. I hope you have understood these methods of factorization. Please do subscribe my channel and keep watching, keep sharing. Thank you so much. Have a good day.